Hello everybody, I'm day weather meteorologist Don Day with your Public Lands Council weekly weather update for this February 17th, 2024, brought to you by WSR Insurance Services Incorporated and also brought to you by Ag Risk Advisors. Well, folks, over the last week, it's been pretty wet again in California, the Pacific Northwest, and parts of the northern Rockies, places like Montana, northern Wyoming, parts of Idaho, Washington and Oregon, picking up some needed precipitation, especially in the high country. And over the next 7 days, there's more wetness coming. This is especially true for Washington, Oregon, central and northern California. We will have, though, more moisture moving to Utah, Nevada, parts of Colorado and Wyoming and Montana as well. Nothing really cold, though. We don't have any Arctic air poised to come south. So we're looking at temperatures really not all that bad. But the Pacific jet stream is very, very active and very busy. And we do expect that by the end of the month, it could be quite a bit colder across the west. In the last week, it's not as heavy as what we saw the week before, but still, across a lot of the northern plains and west, a fairly active pattern. You can see the heavier moisture across the Sierra Nevadas and the central and northern mountains of California, but also some rain in the valleys, the Pacific Northwest there. Finally, some good moisture that was really needed in this area here has fallen, and lighter to moderate amounts elsewhere. And you can see where the snow has fallen over the last couple of weeks. Snowpacks continue to look good, or let's say better. This is especially true where you see these green areas. The green and blue areas represent where snowpacks are at or close to average, the blue well above average, the green near average. We're still having problems up here, and I think we're still going to have problems, although I think the outlook over the next few weeks is a little bit more productive for those northern areas. But this area right here, this line and point south into this circled area, will be the areas that over the next week we'll continue to see the best chances for precipitation. This is especially true kind of in this area right here, where the most activity in the mountain snows will be. Temperatures over the last week have cooled off, nothing dramatic, just cooled off a bit as the stormy pattern off the west coast has brought in a lot of clouds and precipitation, and that certainly has made it cooler. When we take a look at where we're going, we're starting the forecast like this. We'll have a little bit of snow across the southern plains as this cold front comes through. It'll be cold and snowy in the Great Lakes in the northeast, and some snow getting pretty far south across the eastern areas of the United States. This low here will sit off the west coast for the next week. It will send moisture to California, Washington, and Oregon, and then pieces of that moisture will head into the Rockies. So we're looking at a gradient of the heaviest precipitation in the far west, lightening up as it goes east. This is by next Saturday. Notice a very strong jet stream wind is developing right here. You see how these lines, these black lines are close together? This is indicating a bigger change after next weekend. So next weekend is the 24th. Expect about 4 to 5 days after the 24th, perhaps a larger dip in the jet stream coming. In the meantime, the Pacific will keep temperatures generally mild for February, but will keep those precipitation chances going in the west, heaviest near the coast, lighter as you head inland. And we can kind of see that. Over the next week, look at that heavy rain and snow into California. Notice there's kind of a focus right along these areas here, along and south of Interstate 90 and along and near Interstate 70. There's kind of a funneling of the Pacific moisture best into those areas over the next 7 days. And you can see this is where the snow is going to fall. So those are the areas where the snowpack has the best chance to grow a little bit more. Our next update will be the 24th. Have a good week ahead.